In this demo, I will show how a service provider can quickly certify a new version of Virtual CPE NFV as part of a service release plan. I will first log on as an end user to the Cloud Shell Self-Service portal. We can see the list of blueprints available to my user. I will now select a blueprint in my NFV catalog representing a virtual CPE connected to two remote sites, Houston and Dallas. These sites are themselves connected to a core network using SD-WAN technology. In the backend, we have a hosted application with a Hadoop backend and an application server in the San Jose data center that's modeled by this network segment. We have also represented a number of test tools from Ixia, IXLoad, the virtual traffic generator, breaking point, security traffic generator, and the performance analysis IXChario. We can also check the instruction pane that will give you all the elements needed to operate this blueprint. So let's now deploy this blueprint. As an input, I will select the version of the virtual CPE that I would like to certify, in this case version 1.1. The orchestration setup will now run and deploy all the virtual machines in the cloud of choice, in this case OpenStack. The virtual CPE software will be loaded on the deployed VM from its repository, and the network connectivity will be configured, including VLANs and subnets, as well as security policies. And we can see what's happening in real time in the output window. So once the setup is complete, the sandbox is now in active state. The latest health check status is reflected on resources. And there are also some interactive commands bound to each resource that a user can run to execute some test. For instance, we'll run a performance test using IXLoad traffic generator directed to the virtual CPE. Once the test is complete, we can get the statistic running another command, and this command will attach a report that has been generated by the Ixia IXLoad tool directly onto the sandbox. So we can see all the results of the test that we just run directly from the Cloud Shell workspace. You can also access the console of any of the resource by using the shortcut on the sandbox. So here I'm going to SSH to this Linux platform, and now I am directly on the Linux console of that server. Now, if any changes are made during the test on the sandbox environment, I can run a new orchestration command that will take a snapshot and give me the opportunity to resume that test at a later stage or promote this environment as a new blueprint that I can use for my end-to-end testing or even deploy to my staging environment. So at the end, we're going to have a similar orchestration process that will tear down all the setup, which means removing all the virtual machines and disconnecting all the links and reallocating all the resources to the public pool. And this entire workflow can also be completed using the REST API. So you could actually run all these Sandbox deployment from a pipeline tool, such as Jenkins, into a continuous integration workflow. So this demonstration showed how a virtual CPE environment can be dynamically provisioned and certified very quickly with low overhead.